Hello Scorpio, and welcome back to Glinda Good Tarot. I'm going to be reading for the energies of January 10th through the 20th. I have already shuffled. We're going to do a Celtic cross spread. I love the information that it gives. And if you do like this, please subscribe, leave a comment, and a like. I'm going to give a subscriber who leaves a comment an animal oracle deck. I will choose somebody at random soon and reach out and mail that out because I have an extra. It's a long story. Only ever need one. So let me cut this and we will get started. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising signs, January 10th through the 20th. Yes, okay. My software cuts out any long pauses, so I'm not sure what that's going to look like. Scorpio, though, your current energy is the Ace of Wands. So good. But now that I think about it, for January, you were very much in your personal power and really emotionally awake and alive and there for others. All right. What's challenging you? Yeah. Okay. Is the Four of Swords. To rest and refresh. So you may be a little more active than you were interested. In your subconscious, you're thinking about stepping away from norms and conventions, perhaps, at least according to you, whatever those are for you. What has just transpired is strength. Wonderful. Okay. And then high in your crown, victory. Yeah, absolutely, Scorpio. Good. High on your mind is victory. What you're coming towards is the Knight of Swords. Coming up soon. Okay. And how you want to source yourself. See, there's that little bit of rest, but it's done in a way that may be more acceptable to you, that makes more sense to you. Wow. I love it when there's a consistency like that. Two aces. And the Ace of Cups, definitely. Yeah, because that was really in line with what January looked like for you. Okay. Ace of Cups, definitely. A fullness, yeah, a connectedness that's wonderful. And then in your hopes and fears is the Knight of Wands. It's not something, so two knights. Two aces. Great. And you will end this time in a little period of, looks like seeing into the shadows, living by the light of the moon, which you'll find out is enough. I'll tell you more about the moon, but that's a great ending. We might get a clarifier for that. I can't make this up. So underneath the deck is the Magician. This was definitely one of your cards in the energy of January. Okay, so the overarching energy still for you is the Magician. You are somebody, male or female, who has all the tools you need at your disposal. A master of all four suits, really, the cups, the coins, the swords, the wands, right? So this is an indication of really knowing how to, use, master, and create with the intellect, emotionally speaking, financially speaking. I can't believe you. Of course. Okay, I love it. Again, consistency. So let's take a look here. Yeah, you start out in the Ace of Wands. There's inspiration, ideas, new growth. This is a yes when we see an ace like this, especially. All aces mean opportunity is at hand. Right? But you're definitely in the energy of fresh ideas, fresh motivation, renewed action. There's something really, really nice here. And having just come through with the Strength card in your very, recent past, or what is just now passing, strength, somehow you have been sourced in a place of strength, been given infinite strength here, as indicated by the infinity sign, and not strength by force, but strength by resilience and persistence and fortitude. Okay, and it looks like it's landed you in a delicious spot of the Ace energy. Fantastic. I do think it's really funny here that what's challenging to you is this energy, the Four of Swords. This would be an energy of complete retreat, resting in the sanctuary for a total respite and reevaluation. So this is a challenge to you right now. I'm guessing this is not available to you, or you do not want to take it. And how you're asked to resource yourself, because this is the spot where, advice is, what to use, what asset you have, is this card. I mean, this, again, you have victory high in your mind, in your crown, and it's a public victory. It's a well-won victory, high in your mind, in the crown of the spread. And then down here, what you're advised to use to source yourself as an asset. This man is taking a pause, okay? But it's in strength and dignity, and he's still standing and ready for action. He has certainly established himself as a victor, okay? So he can just take this pause, rest on the staff, still has enough energy to do whatever needs to be done, but has erected a boundary wall from his, the taking the staffs of his enemies, and he's resting. And he's wiser for having been in it, whatever it is that he's had to, defend. Usually it's defending oneself, who you are, being in your honor. The progression of these cards is so interesting. But this one lands you in a place of resilience and being able to take that pause, but not, a pause that is complete and total rest. All right. My goodness, what you have in your near future is usually a card that says, slow down. Oh, funny. But let's talk really quick about, what's in your root. Your feelings under the feelings is that right now you are stepping away from, interesting, because this is a card that comes after having to take a higher ground and really defend who you are, how you operate, how you see things, and he's come out successfully, maybe, again, defending against conventional wisdom, so to speak. So, but what's here for you, again, there is a moving on from something. Just, thinking about and taking with you what's important to you, what you love, and setting out. So, in your subconscious, underneath things, part of you is moving on from something. This could be a desire of yours, or perhaps you have just taken a break. But let's see here. You have the Knight of Swords coming towards you. Knight of Swords, I would say, again, usually a message of slowing down. There's also a lot of courage and charisma here, a lot of action, decisiveness. So something coming towards you right now seems like it is going to require some quick movement, some action, some decisiveness. It can be like an invitation to make sure that you're being methodical. So rather than just saying, slow down completely, because again, here he is, but he's still on the ready. A little tired, a little beat up, but it's certainly saying you don't have to stop. So I would take this as the invitation to know your plan, to work methodically. Don't be hasty. Don't be, too arrogant or fiery. That's probably not going to get you where you want to go. Yeah, because this person is standing strong in their integrity, in their dignity, and that's the advice to take, right? So, maybe just make sure you're toning that down, this energy, down with this, again, strength, resilience, integrity, okay? What you're influenced by, what's happening for you, is the Ace of Cups, which again was certainly a January prediction. that you are going to have a lot of emotions around you, emotional intelligence, people who needed your emotional intelligence, if I remember correctly. I think so. Yes. The Ace of Cups is just a delicious, lovely energy because it is about connection, about emotion, about, you know, enjoying life, enjoying your five senses. There's well-being, there's connection to spirit, you know, which is unlimited, endless abundance. I mean, even when this card is reversed, like the cup is still filling itself. There's just no bad way around this card. Also a message that opportunity is at hand. Having two aces in a read, always an incredible sign. It makes perfect sense. Magician as your overarching energy. And again, as I was looking at January for you, it just didn't seem like, you know, you could do no wrong. But you also have these two very fiery knights here. So you've got your Knight of Swords, and then here in your hopes and fears is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is probably a little bit better energy. You know, he's got these lizards or salamanders on his robe, which is an indication of transformation. I don't know if you have any challenges this month, Scorpio. I'm sure you're human. But I would say that really employing the Knight of Wands energy instead of the Knight of Swords energy is going to be advantageous. And it does seem like, you know, this is a post-defensive position. So again, there's probably a little something going on, but, you know, you're really in your sense of well-being. You seem extremely emotionally mature, really just astute and mature in so many ways this month, or, you know, at least for the people coming to this channel right now for this reading. You've got your two knights. They know what they're doing. Everything's overarching with the Magician. So I'll just share with you about the Knight of Wands and then ending January 20th with the energy of the moon. The Knight of Wands can be seen a bit like a green light to turn vision to reality. He also can indicate bravado and action and energy and passion, but it's also a little bit tempered with that he will put the energy towards something worthwhile. Sometimes this means a vacation or some movement, some out-of-the-box movement to do something new, go someplace new, so that you can gain a fresh new perspective. So, yeah, if he's an indication of change, I can see that that may be, you know, hopes and fears. You seem welcome to new perceptions. You end the month certainly looking for that. The moon is certainly about kind of going through a bit of a hazy period and getting really clear about something. It's important with the moon, you know, this as a final outcome card, it's important with the moon not to give in to any wild imaginings. You know, don't get off the well-lit path of the moonlight. I think I might ask for a clarifier here. If this was a, okay, I mean, if this was an ending, I would say, an end result, I would say that you're coming to terms with something really clearly. This is an ending, I would say that you're, again, you're getting on with something. You're seeing something clearly as well. There's a lot of passion and energy here, which is nice. So it's funny that you have this abrupt change at the end of the month. Let's take a look. Well, the Hanging Man just drops down. So again, that's just a period of chosen, on purpose, pause and reflection to gain enlightenment about something. You know, very much in line with the moon. So that's interesting. Let's see what this looks like for the Knight of Wands and the moon here, right at the end, January 20th, for this little bit. Yeah, so there's a decision. There's a decision. There's literally a decision here, the Two of Swords. And although this deck shows the Lovers being extremely passionate, the Lovers card is actually about making a choice as well. So it seems there is something coming up for you. They're right at the end of this period, this 10-day period. You're still very much in this, you know, victorious, joyous, kind of eating up life thing as we get into January 10th. Yeah. And then there's some kind of maybe out of the box, something that moves you, some change, something that occurs here, okay? And you end up in reflection. The Hangman, wonderful card. It's a chosen respite so that you can get clarity, okay? Because things are hazy, something's in the shadow. I mean, to clarify, my gosh, with a decision card, not being able to see. Oh, and in fact, you know, the light of the moon, in fact, the moon is huge in this card. Look at this, okay? So in the original Two of Swords, so this person is sitting empowered holding two swords, so can obviously cut the blindfold off. But there's water and the light of the moon behind them, and this, the moon is featured, you know, again, you can't make this up, this is crazy. So then you end this period of January with the moon and in choice about something. Again, the Lovers card is about choice more than it is about, you know, romance. But it can indicate a need for balance, for harmony, for communication. That is just crazy uncanny to me. So it's like the moon is showing up twice. The decision, needing to make a decision, is showing up twice. You know, going deep to get enlightened about something. And that also means like putting aside familiar things, familiar comforts, so that you can gain clarity. So it seems like right around the 20th, there will be that pause. There is a path with the moonlight that is ascending, and so you will see your next steps, your next ascension, whatever decision this is that you're going to make. Be sure to follow the lit path of what is true for you, okay? And I will be back for a reading for the 21st to the 31st, the end of the month. But in the meantime, it seems like you're really enjoying early January, mid-month January, still, you know, really just in your enjoyment, in your power, in your knowing. You know, again, intellectual knowing, emotional knowing, you know, there's a lot of enjoyment here. And then there'll be some change, something will show up. It doesn't look like it's a Jurassic Tower moment. That's not what landed here, but just some kind of out of the box, new thing, change. And you're, again, just so emotionally intelligent. It looks like you'll deal with it. With the moon, the Hangman, two powerful cards of seeking the inner instinct to know what's true, to make a choice. There's going to be just some kind of choice that comes up for you. Pretty cool. All right, Scorpio. If that was interesting or helpful, I do hope that you'll like it like this. And subscribe, leave a comment. I'm glad that you are here. I will see you for the end of January. Enjoy your mid-month.